I know some people can get a bit skeptical when it comes to visualization, meditation, and manifesting, and I get it. I used to feel the exact same way. But as a self-proclaimed optimistic PA, I'm here to break it down for you. The science of why visualization actually works, how it rewires your brain, and how you can use it to create the life that you want. But first, hi, I'm Laura, your optimistic PA, helping you thrive in your medical career through wellness practices, exploring alternative careers for healthcare professionals, and taking you along my own journey. So if that sounds like your vibe, make sure to subscribe below. Now let's get started. So what is visualization? At its core, visualization is mental rehearsal. It's when you imagine yourself doing something before it actually happens, like practicing a skill, achieving a goal, or simply seeing yourself succeed. We actually already do this on a regular basis. It's not always in a helpful way. Ever caught yourself worrying about the worst case scenario? Well, that's actually visualization as well. But instead of using it to stress ourselves out, we can flip the script and use it to train our brains for success. And that's where the science comes in. Dr. James Doty, a neurosurgeon and neuroscientist at Stanford, explains this beautifully in his book, Mind Magic. He breaks down how visualization is more than just wishful thinking. It's neuroscience. Here's how it works. Your brain is not static. In fact, nothing in our bodies is. Our bones are constantly being reshaped and rebuilt, and so is your brain. It's reshaping itself based on what you focus on. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it's driven by the famous principle: neurons that fire together wire together. So every time you visualize yourself successfully performing a skill, achieving a goal, you're actually strengthening the neural pathways that make that action possible. You can think of it like if you were paving a road. The more that you drive down the same path, the smoother and clearer it'll get. And the same happens to your brain. Visualizing the same thing over and over will make it clearer and easier to achieve. But what happens after you visualize it? Well, that's where the reticular activating system kicks in. The RAS is a bundle of neurons located in the brainstem that act as a filter in your brain for what's important. So you know how when you're thinking about buying a car, all of a sudden you start seeing the exact model that you want everywhere? That's your RAS at work. It highlights what's important to you and helps you focus on it. So when you visualize success, your RAS starts filtering the world differently. It draws attention to opportunities, connections, and solutions that align with your goals, making it easier for you to take action. And as you might know from my previous video, when we practice deep breathing and meditation, we shift our nervous system from sympathetic, which is fight or flight, to parasympathetic, which is rest and repair. This ultimately lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and boosts serotonin and dopamine, which boost motivation, confidence, and well-being. So visualization not only makes success easier, it also feels good while working towards it. And this is important because in medicine, we tend to rely on memorization and repetition, which is great for facts, but not enough for confidence, for stress management, and for decision making. So visualization helps to train ourselves for high pressure situations. It builds up resilience, confidence, and focus. It reduces stress and burnout, and it activates our RAS to be solution oriented and not to simply complain and just rely on what's not working. Based on this, it's not surprising to learn that astronauts from NASA, top athletes, and top surgeons use visualization. It helps them perform their best. So why shouldn't we use it? Now that we've explored the science behind visualization, let's put it into practice to connect with the successful medical professional that you're meant to be. This is going to help you check in with your true desires and help to activate that RAS so that you stay focused on what really matters. So find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and let's get started with our breathing.
I want you to notice your breathing at this point. What type of breaths are you taking? Are they shallow? Are they quick? And once you've become aware of your breathing, on your next inhale, go a bit deeper. Really connecting with your body, connecting within. And on your exhalation, let go of any worries or any negative thoughts, anything bothering you, anything that doesn't belong in this space where you're about to connect with your future self. Now, to deepen our breath, let's count to 4 as we inhale and then count to 4 as we exhale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, letting it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and continue breathing like this.
Now allow your mind to transport you to your home, specifically your room, your bed. It's morning and your alarm goes off. Naturally, you start your day doing what most of us do, looking at your phone. And that's when you see an email saying that whatever you had scheduled for today, whether it was work or school, etc., is canceled. And instead you have a very important meeting you cannot miss at an address specified in the email. No need to bring anything except an open mind and maybe a notebook and a pen if you like to take notes. Feeling intrigued, you go about your morning routine, getting ready to leave your home to make it to your appointment on time. You arrive to the address listed in the email 10 to 15 minutes early, and your heart lights up as you realize this is exactly the kind of place you'd love to work at someday. You sit in your car for a moment, taking in the atmosphere. In what type of setting do you find yourself in? Is it a busy, high-traffic environment outside of an ER with the flashing lights of ambulances and the hum of activity? Or is it perhaps a quiet hospital setting? Maybe an outpatient office instead. Or maybe it's not a medical building at all. When it's finally time, you head over, open the door, and step inside. What's the first thing you notice when you enter? Is it the buzz of a busy environment or the calmness of a quiet office? You feel a rush of excitement. You have no idea who you're about to meet, but it feels good, like you're in the exact setting you've dreamed of. A door opens, and that's when you hear your name. When you look up, you're immediately stunned and delighted. The person standing before you in their white coat, scrubs, or both looks exactly like you. They've got the same eyes, same facial features, they're the same height as you, and their name tag bears your name, except it has a few additional letters all in caps at the end, indicating your title. What are those letters? Maybe the letters are PA, maybe they're MD, RN, DO, or another set of letters. How does it feel to see your name before those letters? Even though the person in front of you is exactly like you, there is something different about this version of you. While you gaze at their face, you realize they're genuinely happy to see you and invite you to follow them. You walk down a corridor and step into their workplace, your future workplace. This might be an exam room, or a busy hospital ER area, or a quiet floor with hospital beds. It might be an operating room, a chic cosmetic office, or even a dark lit radiology suite prepped for procedures. What does the space that your future self takes you to look and feel like? Here, your future self smiles and finally explains to you that they're here to provide you some reassurance. Yes, you will get accepted into school and make it through to graduate to a healthcare provider. And yes, you'll end up working in exactly the field that you want, even if you don't know what that is right now. They mentioned that exploring specialties is a big part of the fun, and your preferences will become more clear as you go on. A patient enters the room and your future self jumps right to work. What are they doing? Is it a consult or a procedure? What do you notice about their bedside manner? Are there other team members, like physicians or nurses in the room? And if so, how do they interact? Or are they working independently? You watch as your future self works with confidence and compassion, and a smile spreads across your face. The focus, joy, and passion of your future self are palpable. What type of cases are they handling? Before long, it's time for lunch. Your future self leads the way and treats you to your favorite meal. You finally have some time to talk, and you take this opportunity to ask some burning questions. What would you like to know from your future self? After lunch, you both return to work, and this time your future self even lets you participate in patient care, coaching and supporting you along the way. They are meticulous and patient, reminding you that you will gain all the skills necessary to get here. The afternoon flies by and soon it's time to leave. You thank your future self for their time, guidance, and reassurance. They remind you that you're on the right path and that you will be a successful healthcare provider no matter what challenges arise. Before you say goodbye, you ask them if they have any advice for you, and they do. What advice do they give you? As you drive home, you feel a renewed sense of purpose and excitement about your future. You're proud of the investment you're making in yourself and your dreams, and you feel confident in your abilities to achieve them. The rest of your life can't come soon enough. At this point, I invite you to gently reconnect back to this reality, wiggling your fingers and toes, sensing your environment, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back, future healthcare providers. Now, if you'd like, feel free to pause this video and jot down what you saw and what excited you. Particularly, jot down what advice your future self had for you. So, what did you see? Where did your future self take you? I would love to know if you feel comfortable, so please share in the comments if you do. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more science-backed wellness practices that'll help you not only your career, but life in general. Remember, your brain is powerful. What you focus on, you create. Till next time.